disrespect to the performers on that particular promotion, or no disrespect to if you're collecting money. I'm not trying to get heat. I'm not trying to bury the guy.
No,
I'm just saying that I don't appreciate him
truth
as a
isn't
promoter
heat
for some of the comments that were made on social media about me, and for some of the actions and comments made towards Jim Cornette.
Yeah, right? What would he think if he saw your shit? I mean, book me if you want. I'll do my job. But get that money first, brah, right? Fancy posters don't mean shit.
Can you picture this, Hipstar? You're watching WWE TV or WWF TV back in the day, and you see Yokozuna come out with Mr. Fuji, and, like, Davin is the new Jim Cornette. Like, it doesn't fit the fucking picture, bud.
No,
Like,
no,
Jim Cornette is the manager, because it fits what's going on TV. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Exactly.
So get out.
And you can't do that now, all right? That was meant for back then, all right? You can't do it. But I mean, like...
You know, every one of these scrub managers always go to, like, the Salvation Army and get the brightest jacket, like a pink jacket, and call themselves Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
And it really is insulting to
right.
me as a performer, and I just don't believe that. I just don't like you anymore. I don't even know you, but, dude, like, it's just, please stop everything.
He's
stop
not working hard for it other than starting his internet controversy. He's not promoting. He's not spamming those fancy, expensive posters. I mean, you frequent a vapor lounge, but stoners don't do shit. They don't go out. And that's just one demographic. The stoner mind is the very last three types of people that should be running a business because they don't get shit done. They're not productive.
This guy, he wasn't stoned enough to not go to court and take somebody that does book me on shows to court, and I don't appreciate that as a performer at all.
No,
that's why I don't believe you should be in the business at all. And it's just like, no promoter starts off with the heat. You know, you may get heat as you go down the road and start ripping off the boys, but
make a name for yourself first. Yeah, he's trying to make the name with the heat, right? Jim Cornette didn't do that right away. He was just an annoying piece of shit. And then he got the personal heat.
Jim Cornette ran Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Now, you want to compare numbers, bro. Thank you.
NWX.
Are we on there?
St. Catherine's bought by Thank Frorn and used as the feeder system by his CWF. But the likes of kids that are going to bring in a couple members of their families and make Thank a maximum of $100, he doesn't have to pay the wrestlers or the space or the ring. Thank the non-existent god for lawsuit money, am I right? Point here is that they're all students, right? But with kids at an age that just makes wrestling look hokey, involved in violent angles and promos that we should never encourage kids to be doing. Kids are supposed to be involved in competitive sports, not cutting promos saying, I want to be the best and you backstabbed me and you stole my girlfriend, now I'm going to gang beat you with my bros and I'm going to be the skinny weight champion. That's great to be teaching teens, you know? Hate and lust, and remaining skinny and wearing pleather pants.
I can't comment on NWX for the simple fact that I've heard rumor that Frank Thorne has been sending feelers out to maybe I come to his big show at the Scotiabank Center, but I don't care to comment any further on that.
Well,
but I do, I do agree with the NWX thing. I don't know that should be the representative for a feeler system for CWF. Like, it kind of like at least kayfabe the shows like you used to do with the TWA. The Powerhouse.
Yeah, don't
like
associate.
I would think that was more of a feeder system than what you're putting on social media.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, man. I agree. It's all right, whatever. Okay, nobody wants to touch this. You know, nobody wants it, but I'm saying it. The Crossbody Academy, Cambridge. They're vets.
No, I can't touch that.
Well, we will see. Their actual shows are all right, and only all right, but should be drawing more given the talent and a fucking TV show. Again, not working hard enough because they're content with just being wrestling promoters.
I care to oppose that one because the simple fact that I do business with those some of the people there, and I enjoy doing business with some of the people there. I make a lot of money with some of the people associated with the Crossbody.
Of course, yeah, of course.
And I think they got a good ring and a good product. I don't know about the wrestling style. I'm not on those shows, and but I will say this: maybe we need the market flooded with a little more of that and a little less of Hogtown, because that's really what has destroyed the GTA.
Yeah.
Well, to me, yes, Hipstar.
That's next on the list. You called it. It's next on the list. You know exactly. Damn right. Hogtown. I hate to say it. It should be a TV show now. It should be just a TV show, not a promotion. A union of the promotions doing cool matches in the GTA. That's it. The glory days are done. VCW was fun, all right, but it's not anymore. I'm sorry, Hutchie baby, but it's over, and you need to let it go. Promoter man wasn't meant for you. You don't know the physical actions of being a wrestler, so therefore you cannot relate to your talent. So how are they supposed to respect you? They're going to smell you out. They're going to know that your only experience is watching a lot of wrestling, and they do. It's over. You got to keep on your title. You're a producer. You're an editor. It's got to stay that way, and it shouldn't be drug out anymore. Because, man...
It's funny, about a year ago, about a year ago, Hipstar, I had lunch with one of the most powerful promoters in the Toronto area, and we were doing some business, and I, made the comment that, it's embarrassing for me to put, Hogtown on my resume.
Right? It always has been.
When I was talking to the powerful promoter, and they kind of said to me, well, we've all had that one promotion that we're kind of embarrassed to say we work for, and it's just because of Hogtown, it really pushed me back a lot in my career. It was fun to do the commentary. I got over with Rogers. I thought maybe I would get over with Rogers, but really nobody knows me from Rogers Television because the show's on at 4 in the morning.
They're filling content.
They always try to sell the fact that all the drunks would watch it, but all the drunks didn't watch it. We had sponsors and Hutch, yes, you've been good to do business with, but it doesn't look like we're going to be doing business any further. It feels like, I have a couple of dates coming up, but the payment has been, this is the only promotion I've ever worked for where I dropped in pay somehow.
Yeah,
how is it taken away from me? We're doing the same job.
Every non-existent goddamn show. And I just can't understand it.
Yes.
The last time I worked from, the swaggiest weed. It was so shit. And I knew I couldn't do it anymore. What am I working for?
The last bag of shaggy weed that I got wrapped in tinfoil I actually gave to you because it was just useless to me. It was just something that he got. But it's just a good friend of mine, Glenn Gilberti, had told me there's some people out there that want to do their jobs, and there's some people out there that want to keep their jobs. And it's up to you to find out which people just want to keep their jobs and which people actually want to do their jobs. And Hutch, I'm putting my resignation in. I've already said this before. I am walking out of Hogtown before I am disgraced on public airwaves for the show going off the air. And no matter what angle you throw at me, whatever angle you present to our audience, I just want to say that I'm a little bit ashamed. Anybody in the GTA that may be interested in picking me up, it doesn't seem like I get a lot of interest in that area because of Hogtown holding me down.
We'll see.
But I'm officially resigning on the air. Thank you.
Wow. That's tough. Yeah, especially when he doesn't even listen to the show. He doesn't. He's unless somebody tells him. So if you're listening out there, message Hutch, pay it forward, let him know, because otherwise he's not going to know, and he's still going to contact. But, it's still the work, so maybe we'll keep it in.
Well, the thing is, for me leaving the spot and the commentary open, I feel that it may give Topher Whiteman motivation to come out of hiding. The Find Topher campaign has been going on for a full 2 years now.
Yeah.
Topher has been missing since the Neo show where he ran off with the footage. We still haven't found him, and I know we talk about this once a week, but let's not forget we do have to address the sponsors, and Find Topher is one of the fine sponsors here on Tonight on Start Tonight, and hashtag Find Topher is all we can give you. There's nothing more. The charity's been closed.
And I can't believe I'm even saying this next promotion name. I don't know why they're still promoting, but that fucking GWN? Old-time vets with an old-school mentality that should not exist in wrestling anymore. Why does it? Nobody wants to see Chuck Simpson pig roast promotion house shows anymore. Nobody wants to see that. It's so old, and we know what a universal is. Shoulder, drop-down leapfrog, arm drag, or some shit that's just going to make you bump. It's not impressive anymore. You're hiring these fucking guys that just have never wrestled, and it's embarrassing.
A good friend of mine, Frankie Kazarian, once gave me a piece of advice on these old shows where it's just a drop-down leapfrog tackle every time. That if there was a drinking game out there, if he had to take a shot of tequila every time he's seen a drop-down leapfrog takedown, he'd be fucking dead. And that's exactly what you get with the Chuck Simpson promotion, Pig Roast promotion.
You're right. It's not needed anymore.
I mean,
it's
come
gone.
on. Every time you go over your spots in the back, everybody says you want to do a universal spot, and it's just like,
well, of course.
Okay, so
I know
every
what
match
that
on
is.
the fucking card, every match on the card is going to do a universal spot all the way to the main event. Like, you're going to show the audience the exact same match for 5-6 matches with just different participants. That's exactly the booking of a pig roast promotion.
That's right.
Shout outs to Bobby Bash, shout outs to Smith Hart, and shout outs to the Soul Man. I mean, I'm not discrediting what was the old days. It's just not like that anymore. So as the era died, so should the promoters. And there's no disrespect to Smith. I'm talking about Chuck.
Wonderful. Thanks, man. Thanks. That needed to get out. And you're, well, it's your buddy. It's your promotion. You know, it's your backyard. But Crossfire, what are you even running for? So you can buddy with old guys you grew up during your first shows and who didn't really like you originally? So maybe if you book them now, they were going to like you? Like, your ideas are, again, like Chuck Simpson. That's your trainer, and that's the only impression of wrestling you've ever gotten. You burn bridges with people with no absolute reason, and you shut people out of your lives that are really a part of history and that you really wouldn't have been anything if you didn't know them in the first place. The way you shut out friends is ridiculous, and the ones you want to call your friends are just lies. You're promoting and you're selling tickets to somebody who's just not going to care. So what are you trying to impress yourself for? He's trying to put on some ROH matches to open the show because he thinks that, like, the WCW cruiserweight mentality works, but that's the way wrestling is entirely. So, fuck. Book it properly, or don't book it at all. And I'm voting for don't book it at all, because you're never going to ever sell out that hall that you spend a lot of money on, unless you got some deal. You're never going to fill it. It's always going to look empty. You can get yourself on an app, but you're never, ever going to look good.
It's a sad day in Ontario. 22 promotions out there. You know, we've just listed off 10 promotions that should be looked at, and I think this is what we need to get back in order. I mean, these are the things that we used to have in the day. A general fucking officer. Maybe I don't like the government involved, like as so far as a Ken Hayashi, but we need a leader to start weeding out what's not good. I mean, a lot of the boys aren't getting paid. A lot of the promotions are giving us fucking rings that are bumping in concrete, and fucking the ropes are like chain. A lot of the promoters are like marks for themselves and like trying to be Jim Cornette. When I'm trying to give a piece of advice, they're going to fucking tell me that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm the most over manager in Ontario right now. And it just seems like we need some help. Now, maybe a lot of the boys aren't going to side with us as we venture into this new era, this new wave of doing business here in Ontario. A lot of people are going to be against us, and of course we're going to get a lot of heat. But until all 22 promotions book me, then I got to do a podcast. And when the wrestling business is down for me, the wrestling podcast business is up for me. So unfortunately, people out there, people of Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, Ontario moves along with Infamous Jay Moore. I now have to drop the Infamous because it was copyrighted by somebody else. So it's just Jay Moore until I find something good. Go ahead, Star. Thank you.
As the beach fills up and the clouds come down, the world is still spinning all around. The world is full of so many people, and the population will eventually become evil. And it's coming down. You can see it, you can smell it, you can feel it and touch it on the ground. All I'm saying is we don't have to promote 1,000 fucking shows. We can just fucking put them into one. We don't have to fucking do it individually. When Ken Hayashi was around, there was only 5 promotions in all one province, but now we got fucking 22 in small Ontario. What's wrong with you? You got nothing different. You got no original ideas. You're doing what's done. And you just need to fucking come together and just have some fun. Fuck. And that fun is either like watching it from the front row or maybe selling some tickets for